You sure won't want to miss it, and I'll bet that you'll revisit living in Terrebonne.
Local Terrebonne Parish Economic News.
Hello and welcome to this edition of TEDA Time. I'm your host, Keith Weisheit, licensed clinical social worker. Thank you so much for joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. You're going to see that we have a very colorful set today, and that is by choice. When you invite the money man, he's going to bring it. Today, he has brought it. But first, we start with Cohen Guidry, CEO. Cohen, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us back.
All right. Sitting next to him is Jimmy, the money man, Nguyen. Jimmy, thanks for being here. Again, Associate Director, LSBDC at Nicholls State University. Thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here.
Thanks for having us.
All right. And thank God, somebody who makes our set look much better. Ms. Lisa Kliebert, we're very glad you're here. Executive Director of the Bayou Region Incubator. So thanks for joining us here today. We appreciate it. You know, Cohen, I think a lot of people don't necessarily always understand what TEDA does, how they do it, or what a partnership means. Tell us a little bit about how we develop these things.
Well, Keith, I think the misconception is a lot of people come to TEDA and say, with their hand out, and they say, hey, we need money. And although we like to try to help with those things, we're better at finding the programs and the things that fit and flow with that. So a lot of our doings is with partnerships, and that's exactly why we work closely with Jimmy and the group at Louisiana Small Business Development Center, and he's bringing along the business incubator in these portions. We work with Nicholls and a lot of other partners as well.
Yeah, and Jimmy gets really excited about that. Jimmy, I guess first and foremost, maybe tell us how you were named, and then you got to explain the suit.
Yeah, so that's how I got the name The Money Man, actually out of the river parishes.
Okay.
We have our own little entrepreneurship program called the Fast Track Entrepreneurship Program. So it's a 10-week course. Each week you learn something new. Of course, I was there and I facilitated it. I taught them all about money. So I taught people how to build your credit scores, how to find financing, how to not pay your taxes. I was just kidding about the last part, so always pay your taxes. But at the end of it, there's a nice little graduation.
Okay.
I took 2 valedictorians, and then the valedictorian went up there and thanked me. I would like to thank my money man, Jimmy Nguyen. So from there, it just kind of snowballed from there. And actually, we're bringing that Fast Track Entrepreneurship Program to this region. We're going to have that program through the Bayou Region Incubator.
Okay. Wow.
So that's going to be through Lisa in the Bayou Region Incubator.
Okay. Tell us how that came to be, how this idea of the incubator came to be.
So that's due to a need, because after Ida, the pandemic, a lot of our entrepreneurs couldn't find a spot to run their businesses.
Okay.
There was a lot of home-based businesses, very limited. Okay. So we think about bringing people together, and with the incubator, we can house up to 24 entrepreneurs, a lot of collaborative effort, give them a spot, incubate them, and I'll be there with them to walk them through every step of their journey. And we'll all be in one place, and we want to provide them with the resources so they can grow and they can contribute to our community as well. So that's kind of the purpose of the incubator.
Okay. And so that leads right into your role, right, Lisa? And what you'll be able to do. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we, through research, we've seen the U.S. Business Administration will say that 50% of startups, they fail in the first 4 years. And so what we're trying to do is create an incubator to foster their development. And so we're going to address some of those common reasons for failure through training needs and partnerships and mentorships. And we have some great partnerships with Idea Village that we'll talk about in a little bit, and hopefully just foster the movement so these small startups stay in the Bayou region and grow our economy and boost just the social impact along the way.
Yeah, well, I got a feeling one of the local people, there's a couple of guys that kind of developed this, they took a convenience store and just started really thinking outside the box. And it's those kinds of ideas that I think that this whole idea of the incubator is going to make a difference for.
Absolutely,
Really?
and that's what we want to foster, that kind of mindset. But we want to make sure they have these big ideas, and then we give them the proper training to make sure they're successful and they grow, and it's just positive impact for everyone.
And so, I've been in the medical field my whole life. So when somebody says incubator, that means something really different in my world. But I love this idea of keeping everything very together in one place to be able to have a center so that you can kind of figure out what to do and what not to do. Is that the whole idea of what this is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's where our money man here will come in, and the Small Business Center will be housed in the same building. And so we'll have new startups, but also inside that same building, some resources, some partnerships, and then businesses that are already kind of on their feet, but still using some of our resources to come along and give that advice and that experience.
Well, and just knowing that research, that within 4 years is typically when most of those businesses fail, it's important to be able to have access, right? And being able to have some people kind of figure out, what do we do now? And how do we prevent those shortcomings? So it's really interesting because it's not just for the new startups. It's for some of those people that have maybe been in business for a year or two, and now they're starting to experience either some of these growing pains, or they're starting to experience what IDA's done to our community. And so that's a really unique idea at a very unique time. So it's a neat time to be able to be talking about this, right?
Absolutely. And what we're hoping is the incubator, when they do enter, they'll enter that 3 to 4 year cohort so they can continue with the streamline in those first 4 years and keep that support.
We were talking a little bit with you and Lisa about the incubator idea, but there are some other concepts that y'all use within the incubator that make a difference with peer-to-peer, right?
Yeah, we have a whole peer-to-peer roundtable.
Okay.
It's actually going to be funded by Louisiana Economic Development, so we have support through them through the state. So they
Okay.
can provide that program, and we're going to get the best of the best together, all the entrepreneurs, and they bounce off each other. They're going to run ideas, kind of talk about their trials and tribulations, what kind of mistakes they made, and kind of mentor each other. That's going to be a big program for us. Actually, we formed a new partnership recently with an organization called Idea Village
Idea Village.
out of
okay.
New Orleans. So anyone with a unique idea or an invention, is an accelerated program, 10-week course. So you go once a week through Zoom. And the
Okay.
great thing is every single class, there's a guest speaker. So the guest
Okay.
speaker is someone who's been through the journey. They come on there and they tell you their whole journey, what mistakes they made, kind of really fast track their success. And that's what I love about it. And it kind of culminates in Coach Week. You connect one-on-one with these individuals.
Oh,
And then at the end of it, there's a
okay.
pitch night where you can win $15,000 towards your idea or invention. So it's a great program that we have our own Idea Institute Bayou region cohort. And it just wrapped up. We're looking for individuals for the spring cohort coming up next year.
Wow. Man, it's really interesting. Just to tell you, I've got a friend of mine who invented a tool that actually holds your basket of seafood onto your pot. He's a hairdresser in our area, but he came up with this idea. These are the kinds of things that peer-to-peer roundtable could really help for people. And if they take part in this 10-week course, they got a chance at winning $15,000. Who votes on who wins the $15,000 money, man?
The money people, there's VCs.
Okay.
But then you got to
Gotcha.
come to me and I'll coach you. I'll show you how to win that whole thing.
So
I'll practice.
go see the Asian Persuasion so other people can find out how to become the money man.
Yep, that's how you do it.
All right. Trying to create other people that can do that. Let's talk about some of the other programs that you guys have, some of the services that are provided with y'all over at Nichols.
Yeah, so what we do is we help potential entrepreneurs start up businesses. People have no idea what they're doing. Also, existing businesses sustain themselves and grow. So we do it through one-on-one mentorship, so one-on-one consultations.
Okay.
So I show someone how to do an LLC. I can show them how to do a business plan, marketing, financials, anything you need. And then we also offer workshops and trainings too, and all of our stuff at no cost, because we're
So
funded
this-
by SBA and LED.
So this is all funded by the Small Business Administration.
Yep.
And by
Louisiana Economic Development.
Economic Development, so the LED and the SBA. And so it's really interesting for people in the community to be able to go, oh, like I can do this for free? And all of that is done because the funding is there for Nichols. And then we have these partnerships through TEDA
Right.
that help, right?
Yes, sir.
So really, really unique to be able to do that. Are there some things that you've kind of seen, some ideas that people, now I don't want you to give away anybody that, is potentially looking for trying to win the 15,000, but some really interesting ideas that you've seen people through this round table or people through some of these programs just kind of come up with the idea during the program?
Yeah, they come up with all kind of really innovative things that people never seen before. Because this cohort was actually together with New Orleans and around the state, and we actually have some of the most creative people here. So a lot of creativity. We have our own, people always are inventing their own seasonings and all kinds of cool stuff, so we're known for our stuff like that.
Yeah, and so, it's really interesting that you mentioned that. That's one of those things, and a lot of our local supermarkets are very interested in carrying those. And so those come to fruition pretty quickly when you have a local place like Rouse's that can come and provide that for people and put that on the shelves pretty quickly. It allows for people to kind of envision their dream that much more quickly, right?
Yep, and I'm the taste tester. I try it all out first, and I let them know whether it's good or not, and let them know whether to go ahead or not.
Now listen, I will consider you the Asian persuasion from a marketing standpoint. I'll even consider that you're the money man. But let me tell you something. They come to this fat boy when they want to get taste testing done. So
all right.
just so you know, you got a little competition there in that area. But no, that's a good thing, right? To be able to kind of see if that is going to work or not, being able to kind of test that. And so I would expect that we have a lot of people that are trying those kinds of things, right? Coming to you to figure out, will this work or won't this work in our area? And I love the fact that people are still finding a way to dream in our kind of broken system right now, that we're really trying to find a way to inspire people to keep doing that with that. So some other programs that are interesting that you got going on?
We have a lot. We got some big partnerships. We actually work with Google.
Okay.
We have a program called Grow with Google, where
Okay.
we do a live stream, and someone from Google, from the headquarters, teaches you how to do SEO, how to do Google ads, and things like that. And we have a big one coming up, American Express, called Small Business Saturday. So actually, with TEDA, they named us neighborhood champions.
Okay.
So we helped champion this whole campaign. You're not
Okay.
familiar with it. It's actually the Saturday after Black Friday, November 26th.
November 26th.
So
okay.
they give us these kits to distribute to the small businesses. Balloons, tote bags, hearts, and they decorate and make a big day. So we help promote this to all of our clients, to the community, come and support your local small businesses. And we're also working with the Terrebonne Parish Main Library, who has a pop-up shop coming up from 10 to 2 on November 26th. Over 100 vendors signed up. And you got to come out there for the pies. They got good pies out there, so I'm ready for that.
Cohen, we talk so much about trying to help people understand how you partner and why you partner, but people still think y'all do that just with big business.
Correct. And that's the misconception, is that TEDA only deals with bringing new business in.
Right.
And that's not the truth. We do the new business and new concepts and things like that on a larger scale. But we do a lot of work working with current businesses in the parish of various sizes.
Right.
And where our expertise may not be in helping small retail startups and things like that. That's exactly why we have partnerships in place with Small Business Administration and things like that we can work together with them and give them the people who are experts in the field.
Even working with award-winning programs.
Absolutely.
So, Money Man, tell us about this award. We're going to bring it up and kind of show everybody. Tell us about this award that y'all just won.
Yeah, this is like my Lombardi trophy. I carry
Okay.
it every round, show off.
Okay.
So we actually have 10 centers across the state,
Okay.
and we service all 64 parishes. And ours is at Nicholls State University. We cover Assumption, Lafourche, and Terrebonne.
Right.
And we won the award. We beat up all the big guys. So all the big cities,
All
we
the
beat
New
them all.
Orleans, Baton
New
Rouge,
Orleans,
and
Baton
Lafayette, all
Rouge.
those.
We got
they
them
lost
all.
to the
So
Bayou region.
We're the best. So we
Hey,
have
you-
the best clients. We have the best partnerships. So I attribute this success to the partnerships. So we couldn't have won without TEDA, without the Chamber of Commerce's, without our clients. And there was all the resilience with our clients that help us win this award too, because they
Okay.
work with us throughout the whole process.
Okay. I like the fact that the Money Man, the Asian persuasion, actually gives credit to some other people about doing that, and that's a good thing. But you guys find a way to think outside the box to try and inspire people, right? Tell us about some of the ways y'all are doing that.
Oh yeah, we did a lot. So we have fun. We have a pitch competition.
Okay.
So you're not familiar with a pitch competition. It's kind of like Shark Tank.
Okay.
So you go on stage and you pitch your business for 5 minutes. And I call it the Swamp Tank. This is what we do.
The Swamp Tank.
The Swamp Tank.
And y'all kind of use a little different tool to do that with, right?
Yeah, and we have the famous alligator
The
game.
famous alligator game. Tell us about the alligator game. We got a shot of it. Tell us how this works.
So what I do is I get the contestants to go on stage, and they play the game. So they have to press on the teeth.
Okay.
When you hit the wrong teeth, he bites you. He bites you, you got to go first. That's how we determine the order of the
okay.
game. And also the pitch competition is also themed. Last time we did a Game of Thrones themed, but this time we're doing Squid Game.
Squid Game. All right, let's
So
talk a
you're
little
not
bit
familiar
about
with
Squid Game.
Squid Game. This is the giant doll girl in Squid Game.
Okay.
And this is
That's
our Korean
Giant
show.
Doll Girl.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a giant doll girl. And that's,
Okay.
since I'm running the games, I'm gonna be dressed as the giant doll girl. I have my orange dress.
I
look
am
good in
not
it.
shocked at
So,
all
yeah,
that
come
you're
see it.
dressing up in your orange dress to be the doll in the Squid
Yep.
Game.
So Squid Game is more embracing the Korean culture too.
Okay.
So we're gonna be playing Korean K-pop music, and there's gonna be a K-pop dance-off, which I think I'm gonna win. I have this secret move called the TEDA Time dance. And what we do is
Everybody needs their own TEDA Time dance, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
We all have it here since we've done the music And since we have the lead in, we all have our TEDA time dance, I can tell you.
They're not ready. And
Okay.
it's the total of $50,000 that's funded by Chevron that we're giving out. And we do this in 2 rounds. We have a round for startups where they can win up to $5,000. And
Okay.
then for the big boys, $20,000. So how you qualify is you got to be in one of our Bayou region parishes. You got to be
Okay.
in Assumption, St. Mary, Lafourche, or Terrebonne.
Okay.
Then you got to turn in a business plan.
Okay.
So we'll decide 5 best business plans of the startup round and then the 5 best business plans of the big round. And then they go and they compete for these cash prizes.
Up to, it's $50,000.
50, and then the
Total.
20,000 for the big round and 5,000 for the small round. There'll be second and first prize, first, second, and third. So everyone walks away with something.
Everybody walks away with something. So there's some other programs that you were mentioning, some other monies that are available for people to go out and do. Y'all got lots of programs going on and lots of dates, right? So share with us those dates again on some of the things people can attend that they can look forward to.
Yeah, actually, we have a grant going on right now.
Okay.
We have the Hurricane Ida Resilience Grant because we noticed there's still a lot of impacts. Businesses need a little more push.
Sure.
So we secured $75,000 from Chevron, and we're going to give out $5,000 to 15 different businesses. So
$5,000 to 15 businesses. I love the idea that there's just lots of money going out because people need it, right?
Yep. And the money man got to get the money out. So that's what I'm here for. And how you qualify for that is you have to be within Lafourche or Terrebonne, and you have to turn in your 2021 taxes because you have to exist during the time of Ida.
Okay.
And 2022 financials, because if you're doing really well, you shouldn't be applying for this grant.
Right.
And there's a 2 or 3 page application, and the deadline is November 28th coming up.
November 28th.
So
And
definitely
they can turn
get the
that into
application.
you guys over at Nichols, right?
Yep. And then you can also call TEDA. They have the application. We've been distributing this application throughout and sharing it and helping everyone get the money they need to recover.
I like it. Go ahead, Cohen.
And if anybody needs to, this all goes really fast and it's hard. They watch the program and they say, I'd like to get in touch with these guys. We post each one of these shows on our website.
Right.
And there's links there. So we can help people get in touch with Jimmy and Lisa whenever it comes time to it, that they need that.
And again, that's probably the best partnership,
Right.
is being able to allow people to do that quickly. Since these funds come up, it's like, oh, the funds are available. People are like, oh, I didn't know. So when people watch this, either on HTV, people go to your website and see the program, they can log on and be able to see that and how they do that.
Absolutely.
Very cool, very cool. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the
so
Incubator
much.
program. I know it's exciting. I know you're looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We look forward to some updates with that.
Thank you, absolutely. And look, if anyone's hearing this and wanting to get involved with the Incubator more, we highly encourage them. Check out the video and get in contact with us because we're happy to partner.
Very good. All right, Asian Persuasion Money Man, thank you for all the updates and the information.
thank you.
Very much appreciated. Look forward to seeing pictures of you in the orange dress. Cohen, thanks again.
Thank you.
We appreciate what TEDA does for our community. We appreciate all of the different partnerships. We appreciate this partnership and being able to let people know what you're doing and how you're doing it. You do it well.
Thank you. And thank you for helping us get the word out and letting people know who we are and what we do.
That's our job. We appreciate it. And that will do it for this edition of TEDA Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming here on HTV.